You'll need a few different technologies before you can get started with this course. First, you'll need a contemporary web browser capable of rendering the SVG element. As well, your web browser should have an option to display a developer's console so that you can easily get into what's happening behind the scenes of a web page. Throughout this course, I'll be using the latest version of Chrome as of this recording, but know that Firefox and Safari are also good substitutes. While I'm using a Mac for this course, your computer's platform doesn't matter. For those of you using Internet Explorer, the latest version of Internet Explorer will suffice for this course, but earlier versions may provide you with some headaches. Visit caniuse.com to explore your browser's SVG capabilities. Next, you'll need a plain text editor in order to write your code. There are lots of different text editors out there, including BBEdit, Text Wrangler, and my personal favorite, Sublime Text 2. I'll be using Sublime Text 2 as the text editor throughout this course. Know that a word processor like Microsoft Word is not acceptable for writing code. I'm assuming that you have a very basic understanding of web development technologies, more specifically what HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript are. If you've never heard of any of these technologies, this course will be too difficult for you. Check out any of the HTML titles in the Infinite Skills Training Library for a refresher on HTML and web development technologies. Finally, it will be really helpful if you have a web server of your own or an application like MAMP that can create a web server. For the majority of the course, we'll be able to run our D3 projects in a web browser without a web server. But there are a few times when we'll need to run our projects off of a web server. Setting up a web server is out of the scope for this course, but know that I will be sure to mention when it's required. One more thing, you'll need some data to visualize. The data that we'll be using is for a fictional business called Donut Mogul. Know that this course will be most meaningful for you if you're able to use your own data after learning with the Donut Mogul data.